You didn't know? You're gonna call somebody. It's Hornswoggle Jones. Next video topic, giving out his own award show, the wrestling award show. If you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. Too bad. Nah, I'm just joking. This is my wrestling award show. My wrestling award show. My picks. All these are just my opinions. I'm gonna go down through a couple of guys who I believe deserve what organization who I believe deserve what, and here I go right now. I'm gonna start off with Rookie of the Year. So it doesn't matter which organization it is, ROH, TNA, WWE. I'm going down with Rookie of the Year. To me, there really wasn't any good Rookie of the Year, but that's just in my opinion. I haven't really seen any. But I guess I'm gonna go with Sheamus, basically because I'm going with Sheamus because he had the biggest success out of all the rookies, regardless of what company it was. He had the biggest success. He won the biggest title in pro wrestling history, basically WWE Championship. That's the only reason why I'm picking him. I'm picking him because I like him or he deserves it or anything like that. But that's the only reason why I'm picking him. But moving on. Breakout Star of the Year. Breakout Star of the Year is mostly, what I mean by Breakout Star of the Year, this is basically who broke out of their shell, who became somewhat of a main eventer that people really are paying attention to. So my Breakout Star of the Year is CM Punk. CM Punk is the Breakout Star of the Year, in my opinion, because he won the world title. He won the world title. And he had a pretty good run. He had a good feud with Jeff Hardy, in my opinion. That was the best feud going on in WWE at one point, in my opinion. When Jeff Hardy was here, he was on SmackDown. That was the best feud going on in the WWE and in SmackDown. So he retired Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's gone. These guys had a good string of matches. These guys had real good chemistry. They just had good everything, a real good story. And it's a shame to see what happened to CM Punk now. Doing nothing with him now, really. I mean, I heard he's getting his little group. They're giving him a faction. But, CM Punk should be the world champion. It shouldn't be Undertaker. Undertaker's my favorite wrestler of all time, but Undertaker shouldn't be the world champion right now. It should be CM Punk. But moving on. Match of the Year. Once again, these are all my opinions. Match of the Year, to me, is The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Basically, because these guys at WrestleMania, at the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania, this was really the match that everybody was buying WrestleMania to see. This was the main event. It wasn't for a world championship, but it was the main event. This was a match that everybody wanted to see for years. And Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, these guys got good chemistry too, as you can see during their match. If you saw their match, they won Match of the Year at the Slammy Awards, and this match, this was just a great match. It was 4 stars, 5 stars. It told a good story, and it had a nice long length. This match was like 30 minutes. They had like at least 30-minute match, and it was great. This was a great match in my opinion. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, well deserved. Broadcast Team of the Year. Broadcast Team of the Year to me, Broadcast Team of the Year to me is the one I enjoyed the most. The one I enjoyed the most, I would say, I enjoyed Taz and Mike Tenay. Now, some people might not agree with that. They probably say somebody else, probably somebody from Raw. But I enjoyed Taz and Mike Tenay the most, out of all the other broadcast teams. I just enjoyed them. I enjoyed Taz. I believe and Mike Tenay, I believe they're a good combination. And I believe they're still learning from each other. And I believe they can only get better from where they are now. Once again, that's my opinion. So please don't try to tear me a new asshole. Shock of the Year. The shock of the year to me is Mr. Kennedy being released from the WWE. I do not understand why. I didn't, while I somewhat understand, he was getting hurt he was getting hurt, and you know, he almost hurt Randy Orton, and that that's basically what got him released. You know, he almost hurt Randy Orton, injured Randy Orton, and you know, he was getting injured a couple of times himself, especially when he was about to get a push. Whenever he was about to get a push, he gets hurt. So I guess they figure, well, we don't want to put all this money into this guy, and he's gonna get hurt. But and he got hurt his last night on Raw. His last night in the WWE, he sprained his wrist. But you know, to me that was just a shocker. Ken Kennedy had so much. He just had so much superstar potential, and I was really shocked that they let him go. So to me, that was the shock of the year. And once again, in my opinion, TNA pay-per-view of the year. TNA pay-per-view of the year to me is, well, I would say that everybody will agree with this if you watch TNA. It was Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory this year. Some people might say Bound for Glory fell short. It's probably, you know, it wasn't the best Bound for Glory. You know, obviously, it wasn't the best Bound for Glory, obviously. There were better ones than this, especially the one in, it was 07. The one in 07, I think that's the one Sting had fought Kurt Angle. That one, that was my favorite Bound for Glory so far anyway. But Bound for Glory, to me, is TNA pay-per-view of the year. Moving on. Tag team of the year. Without a doubt, once again, in my opinion, you know, Jericho. I say, you know, Jericho is the tag team of the year basically because, you know, these guys, you know, everything they doing, you know, everything they was doing was interesting to me. Everything they did entertained me, whether it be on a mic or they have, or whatever match these guys had. You know, these guys was having really good tag team matches. These guys brought a lot of prestige back to the tag team division. In my opinion, they're the best unified tag team, you know, so far, period. I think they're going to be a better unified tag team than D-Generation X. Because, you know, these guys, to me, they're not gonna wrestle like Jericho did Monday, you know, on Raw and on SmackDown, and Raw and SmackDown constantly. They're not gonna do that, in my opinion. You know, they're not gonna do that. They didn't even do it this week. They didn't wrestle this week. You know, basically because these guys don't want to wrestle this week. You know, these guys, you know, Jericho and Big Show, these guys been wrestling on SmackDown and Raw, period, constantly. And that's why they my tag team. Yeah, I just enjoyed everything they were doing. I think it's a shame that they somewhat broke Jericho up. It seems like it's not completely over just yet, but, you know, it's completely over. They're not going to beat DX. Triple H won't allow that. Moving on. WWE pay-per-view of the year. WWE pay-per-view of the year is obvious. WrestleMania. WrestleMania is the WWE pay-per-view of the year. I would say to me just because, you know, just say it's the biggest stage of them all. And you know, some of the matches, particularly in the main event, you know, the main event wasn't as good as it was built up to be. You know, the main event had some really good build up, but you know, it fell short a little bit, basically because Shawn Michaels and Undertaker match. But you know, they had the Kid Rock performance, and they should have showed the unified tag team match between, you know, Carlito and Feimail versus Miz and Morrison. They should have did that. And, you know, there was just various things that they shouldn't have done. But other than that, WrestleMania was the WWE pay-per-view of the year, in my opinion. Once again, in my opinion. Moving on. Female Wrestler of the Year. Now, the Female Wrestler of the Year, you know, in WWE, they gave it to Maria. Well, not here. Not here. I'm going to give it to someone who pretty much deserved it. You know, the Female Wrestler of the Year to me is, I would say it's Melina. It was either between Melina or Mickie James to me, but I'm gonna give it to Melina. I just felt like Melina had the best. She had the best matches to me out of all the women's wrestlers this year. She had all the best matches. Yeah, that's why I'm giving it to Melina. You know, Melina's a real good wrestler. I knew Melina was on Tough Enough, so she came a long way. She came a long way from being a manager in M&M. You know, she's been a women's champion. She's been a Divas champion. And you know, Melina, to me, she just had the best matches out of all the Divas. Moving on, Wrestler of the Year. Wrestler of the Year, Chris Jericho, no doubt. In my opinion, Chris Jericho is the Wrestler of the Year because, you know, I just enjoyed everything he did, his matches, his promos, all his matches with Rey Mysterio and so on. He just had great matches. Bottom line, Chris Jericho, Raw and SmackDown. He's always been on call for WWE. Bottom line, he's always been on call wrestling on SmackDown and Raw. And he's just been great. Some people think it's Randy Orton. I don't think it's Randy Orton. It's Chris Jericho. Promotion of the year. No doubt, promotion of the year is the WWE. WWE, they get promotion of the year. They just had everything they did everything they did pretty much was bigger than and more talked about than TNA or WWE. Not just because they're the bigger promotion. It's just I think people probably enjoyed this company more than they have did TNA. But those are my awards. That's my award show. This is Warzone Jones. Please comment. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think of my my brackets, of my topics. And Warzone Jones out. Merry Christmas. And Happy New Year.